let's talk about monoxide, carbon monoxide. It is nothing to laugh about. It's the silent killer. It's you hear a lot about it in the wintertime. And why is it we hear about it in the wintertime? Is because we're closed indoors with appliances that could potentially produce monoxide. So monoxide is produced by fuel burning appliances. So it could be your stove, your wood fireplace, your oven, your hot water tank, your furnace, like anything that has a flame essentially could produce monoxide. And then if that monoxide gets into your air that you breathe, then you could fall victim to monoxide poisoning, which can go from feeling sick right to to death. So it's nothing to joke about or laugh or make light of, but it is something that we can look after and for in the most part prevent any kind of issues with it. Some real common things that we'll see is essentially not getting your appliances serviced, so like keeping them clean, because a standard, like say a natural, let's talk natural gas for instance, or propane even, the flames on them, like when they're nice and blue, that's a clean burning flame and it's not producing monoxide, or if it is monoxide, it's in such minute amounts that it's not a danger to anybody. But when that flame gets dirty, like it starts going yellow, it doesn't have enough oxygen to it, or it's impeding, it's hitting against something incorrectly, then it can start producing large amounts of monoxide, which even in itself, if that's in your furnace, like some people are really worried about, hey, like, my, what's the big deal? So my heat exchanger cracked in my furnace. What does that mean? Well, the crack in itself isn't the issue. And nothing, and might nothing happen to you if it's cracked. But what can happen is because now you have a crack in the heat exchanger, if the flames in your furnace started to produce monoxide, then there's a chance that monoxide could get directly into your house air that's being blown around everywhere and could potentially poison people. So all those things being said, there's a little background on it. But if things are installed correctly, have the right amount of air to them, are maintained, it's generally not an issue, and that's why we've got literally millions of houses with natural gas, propane, oil, wood heat, like all these things that we're living pretty well with. So what I want to show you quickly here is a couple different monoxide detectors. So there's a couple different ways that people check monoxide. And I shouldn't say check it, but like in your house, everybody should have a monoxide detector. So if you don't have one, you should have one essentially for each level of your home. You can't really have too many, but you can kind of go overboard on it, obviously. But there's this style which looks just like a smoke detector, the kind that you see on your ceiling, because it is. It's a smoke detector that also detects monoxide. So this is a nice thing you can pick it up or what have you, but it will read not only smoke if there's smoke in the house, but also monoxide, because monoxide is tasteless, it's odorless, it doesn't look like smoke or anything. You wouldn't know it's there, so this would let you know. All right. And so if you're doing something, I would say like wherever you have a smoke detector, make it a monoxide detector, or at least have one up and down. The proper places to put them, and while opinions may vary, you want it near where you live. So places where you spend a lot of time. So you want it near your bedrooms generally because you spend a lot of time sleeping and breathing there. Living room is also a good idea. You just want to avoid places like some people will put it right in the mechanical room. You're not living there, so probably not the best place to have it. Same with near a kitchen, because everything can be fine in your house, but maybe you're cooking a turkey, and when you open that oven door up, a little bit of monoxide scoots into the room, and it'll give you some nuisance readings. So not the kitchen, not the mechanical room. I also wouldn't put it in the bathroom because they're not really moisture thing. But so this is a great option for somebody. I'm not even like, don't even worry about the brand. Just it's a smoke detector that also does monoxide. If that's not an option for you, these ones are actually kind of my favorite ones like this. They're it plugs into the wall, so it can plug into any wall outlet you have. And it also, I like it because it gives you a display. So it actually tells you how much monoxide it's reading. There are acceptable levels of monoxide in buildings. We like to say for homes though, like there's just none. Like you're not living in monoxide, right? But it gives you a reading, and I like that it rings out. So I've got these in my house. I plug one upstairs, one downstairs. And that's just another great thing. So regardless of what kind you get, make sure you have one. And if you have one, make sure it's got batteries and it works. Hit the test button on it. Get it checked out. And just make sure it's good. If it's not good, replace it. This is the time. The time that we have incidences is during the winter, especially when it gets cold. And I know we're having a fairly warm winter here in BC, but it's going to get cold for a bit anyways. And the reason it's worse when it's cold is because we're inside with the doors and windows shut more, and we're living in the house air more. So if there's monoxide in it, it's going to give us some trouble. So that's it. If you need anything, if we can help you in any way, just give us a call at the number at the bottom. Otherwise, maybe you don't have to call us. There you go. Thanks very much. Bye for now.